James Wynn and Justin Sun are under attack, or are they? Well, Justin Sun specifically, but James Wynn, we definitely have some situations going on here. On this Friday afternoon, we have some spicy things happening, and we definitely have to cover them because this is not good, guys. So if you don't know who James Wynn is, just click into the profile real quick. That is not James Wynn, guys. That is actually our CoinZone background there. So make sure to sub. Appreciate it. But if we click into James Wynn, if you know who he is, if you don't know who he is a meme coin billionaire. Quote unquote, first person to do a public 1.14 billion long on BTC on chain, called Pepe at 600k MC. Cool, we get it. Bro's a big time guy. Everyone looks at him. Made a lot of money in crypto, meme coins. Sick. But here's what's going on. All caps, guys. So you can tell the fingers that were typing this were pissed. All right. So my bank accounts in the UK have been frozen. Accounts I have paid millions of pounds worth of taxes from. Frozen, no reason, no illicit activity, no criminal record, no explanation. One of which I paid an extremely large amount of money to the UK Gov to pay my tax early for the year April 24-25. This is disgusting. My money, my hard-earned tax-paying money. What the actual F is going on? I mean, here we are. Second tweet by James Wynn. Get out and get out now. The UK is finished. This is real, by the way. So let's click into the image. Guys, chat, if you live in the UK and you can share in your in the comments here, if this is, if you've experienced this yourself, etc. But let's just read this. So beginning September 1st, 2025, the UK government will enforce a 3,000 daily bank withdrawal limit for all individual accounts. This sweeping change will affect millions of customers, from pensioners to small business owners. The new policy, part of the government's financial security initiative, aims to combat fraud, curb money laundering, and encourage digital transactions. Sure, that's what they say. Interesting, guys. I mean, chat, let me know your comments. Is the UK cooked? I don't know. We also see things like this in the United States as well. Unfortunately, in Canada, they're shutting off people's bank accounts with no questions. I mean, that's not good, guys. And this leads to crypto. This all leads to crypto, right? This all leads to crypto. This is the whole point. So let's just move on to Justin Sun. So this was late last night. Okay, this is in a series of events that took place with a spinning turn. But for now, let's just start at the beginning. So Justin Sun, an astronaut, right? He's an astronaut because he went to space. We get it, bro. You got $1 billion. So to the World Liberty Financials team and the global community, as one of the early investors in World Liberty Financials, I have contributed not only capital, but also my trust and support for the future of this project. My goal has always been to grow alongside the team and community and to jointly build a strong and healthy World Liberty Financial ecosystem. Right. I think it's also because he wants them to use Tron, which makes sense, right? I think someone just minted like 10 billion or 10 million or something on Tron of, USD1, whatever, World Liberty Financial is stable. But, who knows? He basically goes on to say, right, if we continue reading, as one of the early investors, I joined together with everyone. We bought in the same way and we all deserve the same rights. I love and respect every member of this community. Tokens are sacred and inviolable. This should be the most basic value of any blockchain. It's also what makes us stronger and more fair than traditional finance. That's a good point. I call on the team and respect these principles. I call on the team to respect these principles, unlock my tokens, and let's move forward together from the success of World Liberty Financials. Yeah. However, during the course of operations, my tokens were unreasonably frozen. So skip that part. My B. I believe that a truly great financial brand must be built on fairness, transparency, and trust, not on unilateral actions that freeze investor assets. Yeah, I mean, so why did they do that, right? People speculate. I haven't really found a good answer yet as to why that happened. But, okay, so that was last night, right? Last night at 8:32. So 6 a.m. this morning. So after that happens, right? If that happened, do you think that you would just buy more? Bro announces the next morning, oh, we believe US listed Crypto stocks are an undervalued opportunity. I will market buy 10 million worth of alts. Oh, and by the way, and 10 million worth of World Liberty Financial that I just made this post about last night. What? So your assets were frozen, and then the next morning you're like, all right, bet I'm gonna smash buy 10 million more. I mean, unless we missed something in between, I don't think I did see anything. If we're looking at Justin Sun's account, no. So there was really no answer, no follow up from Justin Sun in between his post from 8 last night until the new one at this morning, basically, where he bought more of World Liberty Financial. Like, it doesn't really make sense. All right, people are saying he honeypotted everybody. Crypto Wendio, I haven't even finished my coffee yet. I mean, guys, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on here. It's very interesting. First off, you see this. This is pretty scary. This is very scary. If you live in the UK and you've experienced anything like this, let us know in the comments. You don't even have to be in the UK. Anywhere. If you're in the US, anywhere in Europe, anywhere, it's all good. But just let us know. Very curious to understand and know where you guys are watching from as well. So wherever you're watching from right now, all you guys tapping in, I appreciate you for being here. So let me know where you're watching from. And yeah, I mean, we talk about a lot of situations with crypto, Operation Choke Point 2.0 and 3.0, and banks and individuals making it harder to access crypto, via a lot of different methods. And this is, I guess, one method of banks freezing someone's crypto assets to basically not give them anywhere to reap the benefits of their profits. So I don't know how many banks, bank accounts froze his assets. I don't know how many banks the UK has. Like, he might have 7 different bank accounts open in the UK. He just says my bank accounts in the UK have been frozen. I don't know if that means like every single one of them. So it's very interesting. Maybe we'll hear more about this soon. I don't know if he's tweeted anything again. We obviously just read the other thing. Whoops, about this right here. Yeah, I mean that. So let's see. Did have a follow-up, I guess. Okay, if they can freeze 300 plus bank accounts from the Trump family overnight, you don't think they'll do it to you? They just done it to me for the simple reason I wanted to withdraw. Their answer, this is from higher up, and we are being told we'll be in touch. Paid millions in taxes from this account, frozen. Effing Liberty. At Eric Trump, when will the USA offer asylum to hardworking non-criminal UK citizens? Damn. All right. I mean, I don't know why he tweets at Eric Trump specifically out of everybody in the Trump family. It could have been Donnie. It could have been Donnie Jr. Who knows? I guess they're boys. James Wynn. Who knows? I mean, chat. This is pretty crazy stuff, though, guys. This is pretty crazy stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this. If you don't know who James Wynn, he's a meme coin billionaire. So I guess they're not letting people withdraw. It's Choke Point 3.0, whatever you want to call it. It's just an effort to try to crack down on crypto. It's a last effort before it takes over. There's going to always be resistance when something is coming out or coming in to replace you. In any sort of sense, it's human nature. Whether it's a war, whether it's competition in business, etc. You're not just going to lay down and roll over. So obviously these are coordinated attacks to make sure that we're going to slow this crypto thing down as much as we can, because at some point, basically, if they don't decide to join the dark side and start adopting these technologies, and they're going to be left behind, and whether they know that or not. And we're already seeing the biggest banks and biggest institutions, et cetera, in the entire world adopt this stuff. JP Morgan, BlackRock, etc. It doesn't matter. It is what it is, and they're starting to take over. And Operation Choke Point 3.0 is the JP Morgans of the world trying to make sure that they keep a customer base, and a new customer base they adopt instead of these decentralized chains and stuff like that. So it's, I'm not surprised to see things like this. It doesn't shock me, but it's unfortunate. I mean, that's crazy. This is why we crypto, guys. This is why we do this stuff. This is why I'm interested in ecosystems where I can do everything I want within that whole space. You know what I mean? Like, it's something different than what a bank account offers. And to go a step further, something different than, something centralized that can freeze my assets offers. So yeah, man. I mean, this is why we do this, guys. It's Friday afternoon, September 5th. We made it through another week, guys. So congratulations. That's something to celebrate. Why don't we take a quick break from checking the markets on X and just look at the markets on the charts on Coinbase and see what the heck is going on. At the moment, things have been a little weird, a little choppy. ETH is a little down, Bitcoin's a little up, WTF. I mean, the major top 10, nothing really too crazy going on. Looks like out of the top 10-ish, ADA and Dogecoin are performing the best. SUI, Bitcoin Cash doing pretty nice, 4%. Bitcoin Cash basically up 5%. Everything else 2-ish, 1-ish, whatever. Athena's interesting, actually. I've been looking at that a little lately. Yeah, guys, I mean, the markets are just doing whatever right now. Anything too crazy. Let's see what Crow is doing. All right, so Crow has completely just chilled out at this point. Over the past month or so, we saw basically 100% move because of the Trump thing. And in a short amount of time, we were at whatever-ish. We were at 16-ish cents. It shot up to 39-ish cents. Now we're back at 27. So, it's kind of just correcting out a little bit. So, I mean, something to keep an eye on, because on the chat earlier, guys, on the live earlier, we went over some more news about what Trump is doing, all this stuff. So you got to keep an eye on what the president is doing with all these different companies. And it's very interesting at this point. There's a lot of moving parts here, even with the whole meme coins too, and Trump and Melania coin. And it's a lot to keep up with. And there's a lot of people that are getting involved. So I don't know, guys, the markets look all right. We'll see what happens. That's a little weird to see Bitcoin up and ETH a little down. My word, it went from, that is a steep drop right there. But still on the month, guys, we're up 20%. And Bitcoin, I believe, is still down on the month. So that's basically the number one thing that we need to be looking at right now is, the Bitcoin dominance chart, Bitcoin to ETH chart, altcoin chart. So it's Friday afternoon. We're just talking about good vibes here, guys. Nothing too crazy. All right. Back to James Wynn. Chat, if you've ever had an experience like this, let me know. This is pretty crazy. Kudos to James Wynn, I guess, for having the courage to come out and talk about this publicly. I mean, he's probably jumped right to X, I'm sure. That's crazy. On a Friday afternoon, bro wakes up with no access to his bank accounts. That's what they're doing to crypto, guys. It's still happening. All right. And Justin Sun's out here trying to get to the moon in more ways than one. And is he honeypotting us? Did he just play us? Maybe he did, guys. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for tapping in. This is the Coin Zone. I'm Crypto with Paul. If you guys like what you see here, if you F with the lives, make sure to subscribe. That kind of rhymed. I didn't mean to do that, though. That was pretty cool. All right, guys. Chat. Let's get it going here, guys. It's almost the weekend. I hope you guys enjoy yourself responsibly. Make sure when the weekend's over, you don't cry and poop your pants, but you join us on Monday when we go live again. That would be sick. You guys would be awesome. If you actually watch this now and then you go watch on Monday too, bro, that'd be sick. And if you actually end up doing that, you got to sub too. It's the only thing I ask of you. All right, that's it. I'm not even asking you. I'm not shilling you any coins. I'm not asking you to join our freaking subscriber list and do this. That. No, guys, just just sub on YouTube, okay? That's all I need to do. And hang out. Be a good person. Buy some crypto. Not financial advice. That's it, guys. Appreciate you for tapping in. Have a good weekend. I'll see you on